and Happy Canada Day. I wanted to do something thoughtful today. I'm not making it adult only. I think anybody could take these thoughts and use them, and I hope you do. Excuse me. So the following video is me trying to grasp with Canada Day something I want to celebrate and issues that have made us think about our position in Canada. And I am talking the residential school troubles. I do encourage any of you, if you don't know what this is, search it. Search residential schools in Canada and the troubles within, and then come back to this video. But I hope you spend some time with me. I hope you understand it. I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries. And speak, you know with the hippie, I'm speaking from the heart. I love Canada. I love all people. I love you. Peace. Well, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. That's a pretty thing. Good day. Good, you're hurting hippie. The day before Canada Day. It is June 30th, about 9:30 in the morning for me. And a subject that I have been hiding from for a while has to raise its face. What am I doing for Canada Day? There is an awful lot of call across Canada because of the fines of the residential schools, which I'll speak to a little later when I get home. Because of those calls to cancel Canada Day, I have been up and down as to what the hell is the hippie going to do? I love my country. I love what my country stands for. And I'm upset at some of the things my country has done. But just like a relationship with a wife or a child or a parent, you can be upset at them without it affecting your love. So, first of all, friends, at 9:30 in the morning, it is already 29 degrees Celsius. It is already too hot for this hippie to go walking. But I'm heading to, speaking of schools, my son's school that was also part of this recent awakening, which I back 100%. Before you go any further, let me say, my heart is with those children of yesteryear at residential schools, and if you don't understand what that means, stay tuned, there will be more. And that is why I've had a difficult time as to, do I celebrate? Do I celebrate Canada Day? A wonderful country that stands for freedom and inclusivity. We've always stood for inclusion. We have never said, be a melting pot, bring your masses and become like us. We said, come here and bring your culture with you. Canada has always been that way. But we've recently had a few black eyes. We've always had a kind of checkered past, as all countries do. And as we become a society that is more awake to the needs of society and to the needs of people, we look back on our histories, all countries, and we try to reconcile with those more difficult pasts. Let's put it that way. I don't know how else to put it, and I'm going to speak. Sorry, my teeth don't feel. I have a difficult time with my teeth in this weather. I think I get smaller. I shrink. Anyways, back to this. So I'm going to talk in the second portion of this, see the chapters below, as to my thoughts on residential schools and what they are, the history of them, and we'll end it with how I feel, my own personal opinion, from a unique perspective of a man who is the father of 3 Aboriginal children, who married an Aboriginal woman, who fell in love at 19 with her. So even though I'm white, my friends, anybody can speak about anything. But even white people like me can have a unique understanding of the plight of other minorities. And often we're involved with them and in it. So let's remember, inclusivity means no exclusion. We don't say we're all in this together except you white guys. No, inclusion is inclusion. I'll be back. I'm here at my son's school, and I thought, what a better place than here to talk about residential schools. Because some of you may not know what they were. It was an attempt, here, this is the sign that will no longer be here. Langevin Elementary and High School, junior high school, my son's school. It is now called Riverside, which is what it used to be a long time ago. They changed its name to honor one of our fathers of Confederation. I forget his full name, but Langevin was one of our fathers of Confederation. But he was also the major architect of the residential school system that went up across Canada. And to not go in real in-depth, I don't want to go really in-depth into what a residential school was. I want to touch it on a higher level, because we have to remember the people back then were struggling with trying to find a way to include Aboriginal society into regular society. It hadn't been done before, and what they designed was foolhardy at best and criminal at worst. Yes, criminal. Many. It breaks my heart. So let me just say that the idea of residential schools was to include the Aboriginal society. But they, in the words of John A. Macdonald, and I'm not proud of these words, I'm proud of him as a father of Confederacy, because I accept the fact that we as humans are badly flawed, and over centuries and millennia we have improved upon our flaws, and we were much more flawed back then. But his idea, he was tasked with this reconciliation, and he, as a leader of society and a leader of schools, decided to build residential schools. And the idea was, let me say it, I'm trying to say it as nice as possible, because these are not my words. And I'm paraphrasing his because I read them weeks ago, and it surprised me. And he said, we have to take the kids from their parents. Their parents are savages. If we put the schools in the reserves, if we put the schools near their parents,
They will learn to read or write, but they will not become a part of society because they will still be stuck in their savage ways. Now, the word savage to be used to describe Aboriginal people is horrifying, but it wasn't then. I'm not excusing it. Their intent was good. They wanted to include people, but by including the children, they excluded the children's parents' rights and the children's rights. It was foolhardy at best, as I've said. So what they would do is take all those kids out of the reserves, away from their parents, sometimes at force, and put them into these schools where they lived, sometimes run by medical people, sometimes run by the religious leaders, by the religious groups of the time. And since then, the United Church, the Presbyterian Church, the Protestants their leaders have all come forward and apologized for their role in residential schools. The Catholics, the Pope, refuses to apologize. I'm sure the Langevin family does not support what their senior did, because, as most people have heard, we are finding that not hundreds, but thousands of these children died while at school. Unmarked grave sites with hundreds and hundreds of children buried. Children that were pulled. I cry every time I think about it, because 3 of my 4 kids are Native, but you don't need to have a Native child to think about the idea behind this, pulling kids, young kids, away from their parents at a time of disruption. It's kind of like during this pandemic, if we just said, you know what, I don't think parents can look after their kids, we're going to take all the kids away. Parents never knowing what happened to their children. Children dying at the hands of their teachers. Children dying at the hands of their friends. Children running away and probably dying in the bush. And children committing suicide. All because somebody said, hey, it would be good to put them all in a school and teach them how to be a part of society. Shame on us, and it's a black eye to the wonders that are Canada. So what am I doing for Canada Day? I don't think we should stop celebrating. I think Canada Day needs to grow. I need to see some change in it. All Canada Day has ever been is a time to raise the flag, go yahoo, yeehaw, smoke dope and drink booze, and be with people. How about instead it becomes a time of reconciliation? How about we use it to try to repair the problems of our past? And we can start with our wonderful Aboriginal societies of Canada, the original peoples of this land. Why can't we, as a government, start developing a whole bunch of different programs that can come to fruition every year on Canada Day for inclusionary methods to keep us together? And let's spend many years making it an Aboriginal Awareness Day while we try our best to resolve the things of our past. So I'm going to a party that's being thrown at Bridgeland Riverside Community Center, in that park where I often go, where Rich's dogs are, where the rooftop garden is. And they're going to have an Aboriginal band playing music and a bunch of groups set up teaching about their ways. And for those who don't know, I've been to 5 different powwows in my life, real, honest powwows. I've met Indian chiefs. I not only love and understand, but I do think, white or not, I'm a part of them, as they are a part of me, as we, my friends, are all a part of each other. We are brothers and sisters under the skin. And let's stop looking at our skin and let's start looking at each other's souls. And if we look in the soul, we can't hurt each other. Bless you all.